Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here are my tips from a serial cruiser. First of all, cruises can be very affordable. However, there are many hidden costs. I just want to, first of all, start off with that as my number one. Plan ahead. The price that you pay for the cruise is only a small amount of what you end up paying, because you have to also pay gratuity, which will automatically be billed to your room close to the end of the cruise, so be ready for that. And that, with Carnival, it's $60 a day per person. So, like I said, that's one thing. Going into it, you think that it is all inclusive, but it is not. So, on a cruise, you will actually have to pay if you want all you can drink sodas or alcohol. They do have two different packages for non-alcoholic or alcoholic. And you also have to pay if you get off the boat. Yes, you'll be able to go through the market and maybe get to a little easy beach, but for the most part, you're going to run into people trying to sell you excursions or sell you tours of the city or things like that, and you want to beware because that can be very dangerous. Now, on this cruise, we did sit with someone during brunch one day, and she was telling us some of the tricks that they've found. And so I wanted to include that in here because these are some things that I've yet to try, but I can't believe I have not figured out this way to save money. So we booked our excursions through Carnival. So we went onto their website. Whenever you sign up for your cruise, you all of a sudden have a page to where you can kind of manage how your room is, when you eat dinner, fill out all your important citizenship paperwork, and decide how you want your account to be. Those types of things you do on their website. Well, they also have it to where you can sign up for excursions, which is what we normally do because it's safe, it's easy. However, this lady said that when she got or did her research prior to going, she found this company, and I guess she booked it prior to, and they met her right there on the port, and took her to a beach, all-inclusive beach, including food and drinks, for $40 a person, whereas we paid $130 a person or $100 a person. You know, it was never $40 a person. So we will know now to do that. And also, they went to their bank and transferred their dollars into pesos. Once again, not something I knew. I just know cash spends, and once you get off the boat, cash is how most people get it. However, I did not realize the exchange rate can really save you some money. So next time, she was saying just go to your bank and have them exchange it, but you have to calculate exactly how much you want or whatever. But just another clue. You gotta know exactly how you're getting down to the port. You either have to drive or fly or train or bus. There are other options. However, in my brain, it's always either fly or drive. And for Carnival, their ports are very drivable. They have one in Mobile, Alabama, one it's in Texas. I cannot remember the name of the port. I'll have to put it across the screen. And then they also have the one in New Orleans that we've gone to. This was my second time porting out of New Orleans. And so New Orleans is a 14-hour trip from where I am, even closer for some people. And I was shocked to find there's people who live in New Orleans who never even went on a cruise. It's that easy to just go jump on the boat and you don't have to worry about anything. So if you do decide to stay in New Orleans, I know about New Orleans and I know about Miami, Florida, because when we went with Royal Caribbean, we ported out of Miami, Florida. So I do know about those as well. But as far as the New Orleans port, if you do plan on porting out of there, I definitely recommend to get one of the hotels down in the French Quarter. That way you don't have to worry about driving or anything like that. The worst part about the hotels down there is that there is no parking. None. That's free. Hold on. take that back. I got a couple tricks for you that I learned while I was down there. And I also learned one of them from the same lady who taught me about the pesos and about booking through the other company. So, one of the tricks that she was saying is that there is a free parking garage down there. You just have to find it. So, that's one of the things we didn't know about. We couldn't find it at all. What we did discover, which my husband ended up doing a timeshare, and he signed us up for a timeshare, and the lady who signed us up for a timeshare gave us some more hints, gave us some coupon cards, and just helped us to save some more money on our trip. And what she said is that there's a Harrah's casino across the street, and even if you're not interested in gambling, if you clock your card in for 30 minutes that you were playing on a machine, I don't know, play a penny if you are against it. I don't know if you can get away with doing this without actually playing, but if you are completely against slots, then unfortunately this option won't work for you. But if you are not, then all you have to do is play for 30 minutes, off and on. It doesn't have to be constant. You don't have to spend that much money is what I'm saying. And you'll get to park in their garage for 24 hours, whereas we paid $40 for valet at our hotel because that's the only way you can park at our hotel is through valet. So $40 for one night. I would definitely recommend looking into other ways or different hotels that provide free parking. However, your hotels are going to run you about, I'd say on average $150 a night. Even if you do get a deal, I went through Hotels.com and I still ended up paying about the same price as what I was talking to other people around there spent. So yeah, one night was $270 and one night was $100, but it still balanced out to, that's the $400, so that's about $200 a night. But there were 4 of us in a room. We basically had 2 rooms. It was a nice size room, so it was worth the price and the fact that it was 2 blocks away from most of the places we wanted to eat and try. Upgrades number 2. Upgrades, always, always, always ask your Carnival agent or your travel agent or whoever you're working with to find out if there are any upgrades, because you never know, they might be running a promotion, and it just so happens that this time we got in on a promotion. We have always been a little tight pocket like me, especially I'm going to speak for myself. I'm very cheap and I want to get the best deal. So we've always gone with interior. We've had no problems with interior. I don't stay in the room very often because I'm a people person and I like to be out where the energy is, where everybody is. And so to me that was fine. However, this time we got to upgrade to a window, and I must say that I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being able to open up the windows and have sunlight in the morning and to be able to see the shore or the ocean. It was very relaxing and very calming. And, maybe even next time I'll step up to a balcony. Although the price jump from a interior to a balcony is huge. And we only ended up paying, I think, $120 total. But they gave us a $20 credit for upgrading. So $120 extra total, but they gave us a $20 room credit, which did balance out and it helped us a little bit. Number 3. Prepare for a lengthy check-in process. When you go to the airport, you're always expecting that. I feel like getting on a cruise is worse. It takes a little bit longer, and you have to stand in more lines than you ever imagine. As soon as you think you're almost finished with the lines, you turn the corner and there's 3 more lines that you have to go through. Just be patient. Try to make sure your carry-on is comfortable, because you will be dragging it through all of those lines. However, you must have a carry-on because it takes, depending on what time you board the ship, it takes hours for your room to be ready. And so if you have that carry-on, you can change your clothes, or you can have, your medicines or things like that you need close and nearby you. And you can also bring 2 bottles of wine with your carry-on, so you will also have wine as soon as you get on the boat, if you choose to. You can bring 1 12-pack of soda per person. 1 12-pack of soda per person. So there were me and my husband, so we brought well, we only brought one this time, but last year when we cruised with children, when you cruise with children, it really does help, and it cuts price from you having to pay for that soda package when everybody just can bring their own little refillable cup, and everybody gets to count for a 12 pack. When we went last year with my 2-year-old, he was drinking exclusively almond milk, so that made it a little bit difficult. And so I had to also get his almond milk onto the ship. So we kind of counted out some of the soda for his almond milk. And in the end, we ended up ordering room service for non-lactose milk and adding a little bit of carnation into it. It ended up being okay. Like I said, they do allow you 1 bottle of wine per person. However, no other hard liquor is allowed on. It is not against the law to take alcohol on. However, they do check. And so, just so that you know, there are many people on board the cruise that will take their own alcohol on. And that is all that I'm saying about that subject. Number 4, food is unlimited. Unlimited. You can't even begin to think about it. Now, the difference between this cruise ship and the last cruise ship that I was on, I feel like the food was less available. However, it might just be the fact that we were always hungry between 2:30 and 6:30, which is the times where the buffet shut down, the fine dining shut down, the Guy's Burger joint is shut down, and the places that a lot of people like to eat are shut down during that time. There's a cantina that serves Hispanic or Mexican food, and that's shut down at that time also. So basically all that's open during that time is pizza or deli. So you end up making it work, but I feel like there was a little bit less, during the midday. However, any other time of the day, breakfast, dinner, midnight, overnight, you can order room service, you can order deli pizza. Deli pizza, the pizza is open pretty much 24 hours, if not. It might say it on there, but it's definitely always open. You can always get pizza, you can always get little sandwiches and salads to your room. However, also, one of the clues that I figured out pretty quickly with cruising is that when you get on to the or when you go into the fine dining, they give you a nice menu, and it's a 3-course meal. I think it's a 3-course meal. It comes with an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, basically. However, when you're looking at that menu and you see all those options that look so great, remember that you can pick 2 appetizers, 3 appetizers. You can pick 2 entrees, 4 desserts. You can do whatever you want because there's no limit. You can do that. Now, don't let the menu fool you into thinking you have to only get that. So it's a great time to try new foods and try things that, you might not want to get when you're in a restaurant and you're paying cash immediately. The cruise is all paid for. So at that point, you better enjoy it and try those things. There's also a section that usually is an upcharge if you want something more premium like lobster or, a really nice steak. So those are things that are not. They always have lemonade and tea and water and coffee during the morning. There's coffee out, however, you can always get it ordered to your room. And then there are specialty coffee bars that have Starbucks-like coffee, similar, that type of stuff that you can purchase for extra. There's a candy store, all kinds of things that you can purchase. So, like I said, food, munchies, anything you want to eat, anything the whole week. It's horrible. It's horrible how much you can eat that week. Some of the ports that I have ported out of are Miami. On the Miami cruise, we went to Nassau, Bahamas, and Coco Cay, which is a private beach owned by Royal Caribbean. And then we also ported in Key West, Florida, and then came back to Miami. And then I've done that twice, which you'll see a pattern because then we've ported from New Orleans twice. With New Orleans, we go to Cozumel. That's the first stop in New Orleans. However, the second time, they created this new program called Cozumel Plus, and it allows you to be in port, I think it's 2 more hours, maybe 3 more hours, I don't know. We're in port longer, so it allows you to travel further and go do different things. So they added Xel-Há, which is in Cancun. So this time, we actually went to Cancun. And then the second day you're in Puerto Progreso, Puerto Progreso, Yucatan, and that's also Mexico. And so I think I said it wrong. I don't know backwards. I always get the city and the state mixed up, but I know it's Yucatan and it's Progreso. So those are some of the nice ports. They also port from California, and we actually looked into some of those this time, but did not end up going that route or a resort route this year. We just went to the cruise again. Cruises. Let's see where we at. Number 5. Cruises are great for people with ADHD. There's so much to do. You will want to rest up before you go on the cruise. Trust me, you don't want to sleep while you're there, because if you're a person that feeds off of the energy of other people like me, then you're not going to sleep. Not very much at all, because there's always something to do. Even at 3, 4, 5 in the morning, there's a part of the ship where people are sitting around talking or playing cards or sitting at the bar or the nightclub or whatever. The nightclub stays open till about 1:30 or 2 or something like that. There's the casino. I mean, there is always something to do. Somebody to watch if you're a people watcher like me. So those are some of my tips. I feel like I've forgotten some, so I might do a part 2 of this down the line if there are some things that I wanted to, or if there are some things that I forgot, so that I can help you all, because I definitely recommend cruising at least once. Cruise. Get on that cruise and see things and have fun and relax and be waited on hand and foot. And that's my favorite part. Here I have taken a shower and done a wash and go with the products. My hair right here has always been really frizzy,